Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 2 of the VDL. Obviously, we picked up a massive win last week, and we're hoping to keep up that momentum this week. This week we take on Matt, who is incredible. He's an incredible person. He's been really kind, really friendly. So it's really nice to be able to play him. Obviously, we still like to win, but his Boost Nation is going to be a very, very tough team to beat. It's got massive threats. Mainly that's week, which is looking really tough for me. Also that Dragalge, which is, wow, I don't know how that thing went, like, round 3. That thing is so strong in low tier. But getting into the team, first off, we have Poseidon returning from last week. As you can see, we're holding the Covert Cloak. That's because this is our dedicated Suicune swap in, and I do not want to be Scald Burned or Ice Beam Frozen. Mainly those Scald Burns because we are physical Empoleon. We're running Swords Dance. The idea is kind of that I'm kind of expecting him to predict a Grass Knot Empoleon, maybe run Mirror Coat to try and nuke us back. I did consider running competitive just in case the Braviary defaults and he can see the competitive boost and be like, oh no, this thing is special. But I just don't know how likely that occurs. And getting the Aqua Jet boost, priority Aqua Jets, if we get enough Swords Dance up in that Suicune's face, can do a lot of damage, and getting that boost from Torrent potentially could be really good. Earthquake is when we go into Suicune, I want to click Earthquake for turn 1. I want to try and catch that Magneton and just OHKO it in one hit. That'd be really good, especially because I think he might be Magnet Pull to try and trap it. And we have Knockoff, which just gets rid of items, can also do big damage, something like the Trevenant swapping in before Terra, which is lovely. Next up we have Hephaestus, the Colossal, making his debut. Now, we have heavy duty boots just because he's not got the best hazard setting, but I don't want hazards to really be up for my team. So we do have the heavy duty boots with rapid spin, and we do want to set up spikes. We are very specially defensive on this Colossal here. Flame Body is trying to punish things like Braviary U-turns and get a burn on it. Stone Edge just does big damage, for example, to Braviary. Earthquake is for the Magneton. We do not have a fire move, so Magneton might fare a fire move, even though we don't have it. And obviously Rapid Spin is to get rid of hazards. Next we have Apollo the Flamigo, who did so well, exceeding my expectations last week with 3 big KOs. This week we're Agility Life Orb, Max Attack Adamant. We just have enough speed, I believe, to outspeed a Espeon Max Speed Choice Scarf. We obviously have that Scrappy, we have CC Dual Wing Beat, great, and Lunge. In case it's like a Kolba set on the Espeon, just for Throat Chop, I'm clicking, I have Lunge because U-turn doesn't quite KO if he's super bulky on the physical side, so Lunge will get that KO, potentially surprising him if he's expecting Throat Chop. Obviously Agility to get that speed boost. Next up we have Hades the Dusclops, which is running its second Terra type this week. Terra Steel running the Eviolite, just for that bulk. And we are very standard set this week, obviously Frisk. We're more physically defensive. We have Nightshade just to get damage off and have an attacking move just in case we get taunted or anything. Will-O-Wisp is to burn those physical attackers. Haste to get rid of stat boost. And Pain Spit for some healing because he's got some very high HP mons, so we can get some good HP back from them. Pillow Swine. Artemis the Pillow Swine is joining her twin brother in this battle. We're also a Violite on this. And we have Ice Shard for priority, Earthquake to just do big damage to things, and Stone Edge for the Braviary. Stealth Rock is here, just because also we want to get hazards up. I just want to kind of know if there's boots around, or I think he might bring Cryogonal as his hazard removal, just with Rapid Spin, just because Braviary defogs would potentially allow Empoleon to do massive damage from competitive boosts. So I do think he's going to bring that, and this would be my swap into it. So I need also to hit that. And I believe, yes, lastly we have Aphrodite the Gardevoir running Choice Scarf and Trace. Now, we are Trace this week because there's a lot of great abilities we could trace. We could trace Magic Bounce from Espeon, Adaptability from the Dragalge, obviously Sheer Force potentially from the Braviary. There's a lot of good things. We have Psyshock just because Psyshock hitting that physical defensive side just does so much damage, especially if we trace something like Adaptability. Focus Blast is just to OHKO Magneton. I think we have just enough speed to outspeed a Choice Scarf Magneton on this Gardevoir. And yeah, we can just absolutely smack it with a Focus Blast and just OHKO it. We have Trick, just because I was Scarf Encore, but I think Trick is just better, just to permanently neuter something on the opponent's team. Just give it a Scarf and like Scarf it into a setup move. And Healing, which is just because we don't have too much recovery this week, and we can potentially heal up one of our very defensive mons like Dusclops, Piloswine, or potentially even Empoleon. Um, and yeah, this thing is going to be one of our 3 mons that are trying to break through alongside Flamigo and Empoleon. So that's our team for week 2, and I will see you lot in the battle. Hello everyone, and let's get right into the battle against Matt. Let me just double check I am recording. Yeah, I am. And let's get right into it. This is going to be a really tough battle. I'm really excited for it nonetheless, and I just hope we have a good showing here. That's the most important thing. Have fun and try our best. Here we go. Found Matt. Let me pull up my calc and let me pull up the team actually. Ooh. Very interesting team. Quite different from what I expected. No Dragalge is massive. No Dragalge is absolutely massive for me. That thing was such a problem to switch into. No Cryogonal either is crazy. Dougie's here. Dougie is here. No Espeon. Which I do not mind as much. Trevenant is here. He did bring the Terracap. Is that going to be the classic Harvest set? I don't know. I think that's everything. Magneton, Braviary, Dougie, Trev, Florges, Yep, that's the whole team. Let's pull up the calc. Piloswine feels like a really solid lead. It does a lot into everything on his team, just straight away, except maybe the Suicune. I kind of want to lead it. At the same time, how good is Colossal? Colossal's pretty solid into what he brought. A lot more physical attackers than I expected. Just going to lead Artemis, though. And we're going to try potentially get up our rocks or just do massive damage. His only swap in to Piloswine, Earthquakes being the Braviary is really, really strong. So let's do this. Good luck to Matt. Let me actually just message him actually. And he leads Dougie. Ooh. So a really solid lead for us here. Let me just pull up Dugtrio in the calcs. He probably just wants to get rocks up with this, right? If he's max attack, Earthquake does 27.1 to 30.3. That's fine. Earthquake has a roll to kill if he's no investment on this. So I don't mind. I kind of just want to get my rocks up, in all honesty. What is his removal? It's Braviary? I'm just going to get my rocks up here. He does immediately withdraw. This is a great start. Into Aero, which is the Suicune immediately comes out. Is pressure. Good to know. And we're just going to get our rocks up. Beautiful. We could have just nuked this thing with an... How much did we do with an EQ? If he's like Fizz Def, we would have done like, ooh, like 25%. Okay, so he's bulky here. We're just going to go, we're going to play the plan as is. We're going to go Empoleon here. If he doubles into Magneton, that's a great play. We are Covert Cloak, so he can't get Skull Burned or anything like that. Does he make the double? No, he's sub. He is sub. Okay, good to know. And he is lefties, sub lefties on this. Let me just pull up Empoleon. If he's like super bulky, Earthquake doesn't break the sub. I just want a Swords Dance up, I think, yeah. He is gonna scald me. Ooh. And he's gonna do 325 to. He's gonna do He's gonna do about 45, which looks to me like no. He could be. He's like around no special attack investment. He is lefty sub. Let me write that in with Scald. Yeah, and he looks like no investment. Is there an EQ swap in on his team? Not really. We're just gonna click EQ. He's just gonna Scald again. He's looking for that burn. Which, okay, that was 325 to 283. Which means I think he has a little bit of investment here. We're gonna break open this sub. We are +2 now. He's sitting about full here. Earthquake does about 40% if he's like a good amount of physical bulk here. I don't mind just clicking EQ again, in all honesty. If he wants to sub again, he wants to sub again. If he wants to go Big Trev, he can go Big Trev. I mean, we're Covert Cloak for a reason. If he's fishing for those Scald Burns, he's not going to find them. He is just fishing for the Scald Burns. I kind of want to look at this damage here. He's at about 90, and he's going to... Ooh, that looks like max physical defense. I am going to knock off this time, because I think he might go Big Trev. And if we can get rid of these lefties, that's going to really help us in chipping this thing down. He might think we're Covert Cloak at this point. He hasn't seen lefties or anything. Especially since he hasn't seen Life Orb or anything either. He might think we're Covert Cloak. We're just going to knock off here. He's really thinking about this one. He does with a draw. We're going to get rid of an item here. Is it Big Trev? Jovi. Is that the tree? That's the tree. What a play. Let's go. He does take rocks. And we are going to... He's going to frisk our Covert Cloak. And we're going to knock him off. Let's go. No combo. We're just going to one-hit KO that thing. Down goes the tree. It was lefties. Let's go. Empoleon doing what it came here to do. Stop the Suicune and do big damage. Obviously, Empoleon is chipped at this point. Big Dougie could come in here. I don't know why I'm calling every mon on his team big, but they are, I guess... Empoleon's a small Pokemon, okay? Worst case scenario is kind of like him going into the... Magneton would be really bad here. Like, it's Sky Nerd. Is that Magneton? It's Braviary. I want to look at the calc on this. Braviary. He is probably, like, super offensive if he's doing this. Like, if he's max, close combat would kill us. And we're +2, right? So, Aquajet would do, like, 40% back. He did take rocks, so he's not boots. We could double out here. Potentially into Aphrodite on the fighting move. Ooh. I kind of want to click... do I want to click Aquajet just in case he does predict? How do I deal with Suicune? If he sub... that could cause problems for us. But we can break it, I think, with a Nightshade. So I'm gonna... I think I am going to go into Aphrodite here. We would die to a Brave Bird. He could just click U-turn, though. I'm going to click Aquajet. I'm going for Chip here. We're going to go for Chip. We're going to do a huge chunk to him. Does he click Close Combat? He clicks U-turn. Let's go. Beautiful. Down to 188. That did about 40. That looks to be in the damage range. Yeah, that Braviary is in a really bad position. It has to take rocks now. Plus, we have, like, a lot of... priority in Ice Shard and Aquajet. What does he go into here? It's probably the Dougie now. Okay, Empoleon just putting in work here early doors. He knows we have Aquajet now as well. And if Dugtrio is Sash, we break it with an we actually break it with the rocks. Oh my god, this is actually crazy. We're in a really good position here. Early doors, Swords Dance, Covert Cloak, Empoleon putting in work. We honestly could have just clicked knockoff there, but I like getting Big Chip into that Braviary for later on. Fleetwood. Mac? Is the Florges here? This thing is going to take rocks. I want to have a look at Florges. What does this thing have? Does this thing have Focus Blast? I don't know. If he specs, Moonblast is 30.5 to 30.9. That won't kill. He's not Terra Blast as well. Florges, what does this have for me? This thing could, like, trick me. That's, like, worst case scenario if he's, like, trick. How much does an EQ do back to this at this point? 83 if he's no physical investment. We're just going to click Earthquake. Yeah. He's going to Wish. We're just going to do massive damage to this Florges right now. Here comes EQ. This is a potential roll to... Oh, he is very physically bulky. I'm looking at this. I kind of want to knock. I'm gonna knock here because in case he goes bravery, he does swap. Does he go bravery? I think that's bravery, right? Is that bravery? Oh no, that's Suicune. We get rid of its lefties, which is huge, and it takes rocks. I really like getting rid of this thing's lefties. We're gonna put this thing. We're gonna get rid of this thing. Its lefties, which is lovely. This thing is gonna go up to about 70%. We're gonna go to Suicune again. We know this thing is like no investment in the special side. It's like a subcom mindset. Earthquake's doing 40% to that, but I think it's more fist bulky than this. Part of me really wants the Swords Dance. Part of me thinks he's gonna predict. I'm gonna click knock off once because if he's no item. No item. We will break the sub if he's not max Fizz Def. He can't mines again. That's a solid play. That looks a lot more physically bulky than I'm expecting. I'm gonna... Ooh, do it again. I'm gonna EQ. He's gonna scald me again. I am still very much Covert Cloak. We're gonna Earthquake here. We are gonna click Earthquake and do. At this point... Part of me wants a Swords Dance again. Is that crazy? I'm gonna Swords Dance again. He's gonna Scald. How much do we do at +4 with an Aqua Jet? This is a roll to kill, I think. But knockoff should always kill now, even if he's like max physical, I'm pretty sure. If he's like max physical bulk with any plus defense set, we should still kill, so we're just gonna knock him. He is Skull still. We live! Beautiful. Poseidon's putting in absolute work. We KO'd that Suicune, which is crazy. Oh my god, is Covert Cloaks... I brought this thinking it would, like, stop the Suicune, force a swap, and it's doing damage that I cannot expect. I am flabbergasted by this. The Florges is super low. Is that thing in, That thing is, like, at 40%. I think it dies. Bravery will probably die to an Aqua Jet. Dougie, if that will die. It has to be Magneton. It is Magneton. I believe that's the Magneton name. Boots? No. Magneton. If he's Scarf, Aqua Jet does like 80% at this point. Yeah, I think I just get off my 80%. That's into like no investment on this thing. Let's just get our chip off, shall we? With Aqua Jet. Beautiful. That thing looks like it is a little bit bulky. He's going to Volt Switch, which is going to give us switch priority. And Empoleon did its job at this point. Everything is super chipped on his team. That Magneton, Bravery, and Trevin instead, Suicune's dead. Magneton's chipped, Bravery's chipped, Florges is chipped, and Dougie is the only thing at full HP. He goes into Fleetwood, which is the Florges, which is going to take rocks. This is super bad for him, right? How much speed is Florges? This thing is max speed, which I don't think it is. It's going to hit 249. If it's timid, does it outpace us? It does. Let me pull up my Flamigo. And we would die to a Moonblast. I think Florges, I mean, God of War's fine, right? We should kill with a Psyshock. Yeah, Psyshock should always kill. We're gonna trace the Flower Veil. And, what's his swap into a Psyshock at this point? It's the Magneton. He does withdraw. We could have kicked Focus Blaster. It's the Dougie. Ooh. Do we see boots or anything? We do not. So if this thing is Sash, it's about to take a huge chunk from a Psyshock. It's just gonna die. It's just gonna die. Oh my god. God of War is crazy. What? I mean, that thing would just die if it's no investments. That thing was no investment. It is Sky Nerd. Bravery. Is this thing scoffed? And does it outpace me if it is? If he's like adamant, he would be a roll to kill me. But I don't want to take that risk at this point. We could just go Hades here. I think going Hades is fine. We can Frisk, see what this thing is. If he is Scarf. Let's see. It is Choice Scarf. Good to know. And he does just go for the Brave Bird. He takes us down to 126. He's gonna kill himself to recoil. That is crazy. Here comes Steely Dan. Will this thing kill us if it's like Steel Beam? If he's like Specs with Steel Beam into my Dusclops. I mean, he has to be bulky though. We saw that he isn't. I think he's like a Violite no bulk. He could be just like Max. Attack. If he's Steel Beam, he does kill us. Thunderbolt would do like 48, which means it wouldn't kill us. I have no reason to, at this point, click the button. Nightshade does like 40% of this thing's HP if it's no investment. So, what is left? It's just Florges plus this. I'm just going to Nightshade. He's going to Flash Cannon. Is it Specs? That is doing nothing. We're going to Nightshade. I think this should KO. It does. Beautiful. And Florges can take rocks, and this thing is an uphill battle for Florges. We have Psyshock from God of War. We are basically super physically offensive. We have Pillow Swine still, which is max per dev. We do see the Florges hit the field. This thing has to wish up. So we're just going to click Nightshade and potentially win this game. Oh, he's Custap! That's crazy tech! Custap Florges is crazy. Moonblast comes out. 21? I think that's going to be game! That's going to be game! What a game! What a game! Was that a 5-0? I'm not 100%. That was either a 4 or 5-0, but that was such a great game. Mad puts that Custap berry. I mean, Empoleon did its job. I did not expect Empoleon with Covert Cloak to do that much. Yeah, that's crazy. Did he see my Covert Cloak? Because I feel like he frisked it and still was Scalding. Or does he only have Scald on that set? He was like, Carmine sub. Maybe he didn't have another attack. I was expecting to have Shadow Ball. Anyway, that's such a great game. Obviously, really unfortunate for Matt to pick up the second loss, but I feel like that was a great game, and it was really fun to play him. So I wish him all the best of luck in the next week. But we got a really big win here, and I'm really excited for that, because I really thought I'd lose this game. So all credit to Matt for those were some incredible sets. You know, the Scarf Bravery and the Custap Berry Florges were great, and just sub. Like, Carmine, like, for so long I was losing to sub Carmine Suicune, so I'm so glad that we managed to beat it now that it came. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you would subscribe, that'd be great. I'm really new to YouTube, so that'd be really helpful. Also, leave a like and comment if you like. And I'll see you all next week for week 3, where we play AP. That's going to be a really, really tough battle. So I am both excited and really nervous for it. See you then. Bye.